books, decided to make some recipes that are Mexican and in this beautiful little kitchen in our condo that we're staying at. So my part of this dinner tonight is Mexican rice. We make this all the time at home and we've just never done a video. So just so you know, we kind of have to do a little MacGyvering of things. Part of the tricky part was grocery shopping, where most things are in Spanish. And we know how to, use the translate button and everything, but it was still tricky. So we found some tomatoes molitos condimentados, which turns out to be tomato sauce, fortunately. Some broth de pollo. We bought some rice, which was definitely in English. We had a little tricky time finding cumin, which is something we need for this recipe and other things we're making. It was tricky. It's comido molido. We had to do a lot of translating of all the spices to figure it out. And here in the condo, there's some salt. This looks like it's 50%, like a low salt, but that's totally fine. We bought some oil. This recipe calls for vegetable oil. We're using some aceite de oliva extra virgin. So this is olive oil, but you know what? It's going to be fine. And some garlic. Those are our ingredients, plus some cilantro later on. So to start out, we need to brown our rice a little bit in the pot over here. So this is kind of a funky stove over here. We have to use this to turn it on. When you rent a place that has pots and pans, you just get what you get. I have brought my own frying pans before when we go places. This looks like a pretty good one.
Yeah, quite honestly, this place is pretty well equipped.
Yeah, we did a little test run of this condo
in May.
Yeah, Casa de Gecko. It's got a great view in this beautiful kitchen. This is the best part. So anyway, I'm going to try to get this flame going. Oop, that went right away. It's pretty hot in our kitchen right now because the sun is coming in, as you can probably see. So
get a little bit of the view, but
yeah, it'll be better when the sun starts to set. And it's also not cloudy today. So anyway, we're going to start with about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm not measuring because I don't, I just never measure. If you've been watching our videos, you know I never measure things much. I'm going to heat that up a little bit. I've only used this stove once, so it's winging it like I always say. What do I use here? Utensils are weird. I brought our own spatula. There's more things I wish I brought now. I bring our own knife. I would always recommend your own frying pan, your own knife, spatula, plastic bags.
But life's an adventure.
Yeah, we figure it out. When we go out shopping, we always save our plastic bags, rubber bands, everything like that. So I'm going to put my rice in here. Now, at home, I always rinse the rice first. This was a long grain rice, but I always do like to rinse it first, but there's no strainer. So we're just going to see what happens if we do it this way. We're just going to see what happens. So I'm going to just get this rice all coated with the oil and make sure my flames look good enough. Kind of blowing around. It's kind of like camping where the wind blows on your stove flames. It's also a little sweaty in here, but what good Mexican kitchen doesn't have sweaty cooks? Right?
That's what the vodka's for.
I know. I'm looking forward to my next vodka. And if you hear background noises,
lots of noise. It's Mexico.
It's Mexico, and we have Highway 200 just nearby, and we also have a rooster. We've got a mama down here that yells at her kids.
The rooster's name is Dinner.
Yeah, we call this. Yeah. All right, this is going to take a couple minutes here to get this golden, and we'll come back and check on that. Okay, this is getting a couple little golden pieces in there. I think when I add this other stuff, it's gonna do the trick. So I'm gonna throw my garlic in here. This is a mince dish.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
chop it fine. We don't have our little choppery thing here. Oops, I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm also just gonna do this. Whoop. Okay, close enough. Because we don't really have measuring spoons. Gosh, you know, you get so used to your own stove. You can just do it so quickly and easily. So about a half a teaspoon of salt, or light salt, which is fine. We're not supposed to have to. I'm gonna blend that in there. Oh yes, it's getting nice and golden now. Combine that. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yep, that looks really good. It's definitely browning.
Yep. Okay, so now that I feel pretty happy about that, I'm gonna add my liquids.
Smells good too.
Here's 14 ounces of broth de pollo, chicken broth. Most of my rices that I make have chicken broth in them. It just adds a lot more flavor. And this is the half a cup of tomato sauce. Blend that and let that come up to a little bit of a boil, maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. And we have another dish coming up in another video that Matthew's going to work on. So when I get this going, I'm going to move it to the back burner, and we're going to let that cook for till it's done. Which, you know, at home I could tell you exactly how long that would be, but it should be about 25 minutes if you know what the heck you're doing with your stove. I think it'll be fine. So we'll just come back when that's looking a little bit like something Mexican rice-ish. Jeez. Okay, our rice is bubbling. I kind of forgot to show you this part. It's boiling a little bit. I've got the back burner going here on a really low. I'm going to cover that. Turn off my front burner. Let's put this back here out of the way so Matthew can do his magic on what he's making. I don't really like the hole right there, but it is what it is.
Yep, it is.
Okay. Okay, so our rice cooked really quickly. We turned it off a little bit ago, and you know, look at that. It is nice and light and fluffy. So right now we're just letting this rest here on the stove, do its steaming thing for now while our main course is working its way through cooking. Okay, I've got a couple teaspoons of chopped up cilantro. I washed this with some fresh water here. I'm going to mix into my rice at the last minute here. Ooh. Mix that in. That just gives it a little extra color. Just like that. That looks great. Okay, so stand by. We're going to dish this up with something Matthew's making, and then we're going to talk about how it tastes. And there's the sunset happening. Cool down in here a lot.
It's still kind of glary, but in a moment it's just going to be gorgeous out there.
Okay, here's our beautiful rice. Matthew's got a shrimp diabla that we're going to have with this, but I just want to get this out on the plate. We're going to have generous amounts because we didn't make any really extra sides except for a little pineapple. Put this out here. Let's see how this came out with our never cooked in this kitchen before except for eggs. Okay. That came out pretty good. I feel like little spice on there, but you know what? There's a sauce coming on here that's gonna make this perfect. So there you have it, Mexican rice cooked in Mexico. Does it get any better than that? So thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen, and we will see you next time.